I introduced myself at the Austrian Parliament in the year 2003 as untouchable in my country. Soon after the session, one Dr. Johann Barthum came to me, hugged and very loudly and proudly said, "Mathew, I am touching you." Yes, this is untouchable. According to Hindu Varnas, condemned by birth, has been awarded Doctor in Divinity by this Academy of Ecumenical Indian Theology and Church Administration. While thanking you all for having organized and gathered here, I would like to spell out the wounds and the pain in my life and also in millions of humanities who come under the category of subaltern. Jesus lived in this world to teach what is divine by beginning a struggle against Judaism and preached love, equality and justice. But the Indian Catholic Church still imposed the same unjust practices by refusing basic civil rights to the oppressed in the church. I must be around 12 years when I was sitting on the roadside bridge when a group of boys belonged to the caste Catholics who were also of my age came and asked me to get up and leave the place. When I refused to budge, but they got angry and tried to manhandle me, I also retaliated. But out of fear, I was alone. I fled the scene. The caste Catholic boys who could not tolerate a Dalit challenging them started pelting stone at me as I was fleeing the scene. One stone struck me and I reached home with blood spilling all through the way. The scar still remains not only on my leg but also in my heart even after 30 years. A couple of years later, I went to attend Sunday Mass in the church. Dalit Catholics in those days were not allowed inside the church. There were few trees around the church, and because the church could not accommodate the large number of participants for the Sunday service, it was common. People sat under those trees to attend Mass. I sat under a tree. Slowly, I observed a kind of restlessness among the youth who were sitting under the adjacent trees. But nobody spoke to me. Soon after the Mass was over, I was summoned. I was surrounded by a mob asking explanation for my behavior, and my dad was summoned. In 2008, during the struggle led by me at my own village for basic human rights, my mother Teresa Mal, who was bedridden for about 5 months, was thrown away to the street and died after 2 weeks. I was unjustly arrested and kept in prison. With the support of great eminent person, I took the funeral of my mother through the common road which was prohibited for the Dalits for hundreds of years. Life before 5 centuries was about divine in both East and the West. Renaissance and Reformation challenged the term divine, and science and technology gave a new meaning to divine and divinity. In the East, in India, the divine power came in the form of a human being in the last century, and that was Dr. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar questioned the established divine by the Hindu theologians and climbed divinity to Panchamas living in this continent. Myself, though born as a Christian too, was condemned because of being born in a caste climbed as low caste. I started listening to my conscience, which is divine, and to great philosophers like Dr. Ambedkar, and now I am awarded Doctor of Divinity by this council. I take this great opportunity to thank the Chancellor, Dr. K. Shyamprasad, the Pro-Chancellor, my beloved role model, Dr. P. Dayanandan, the Registrar, Dr. Julius Karnagaran, who is close to my heart, the Treasurer, Professor T.S. Luther, and the members Dr. Samuel Meshach and Dr. Sheila Julius of this Academy. I congratulate my co-recipients of this award, namely Dr. Prasidis Bowman, Dr. Sudipta Singh, Dr. Ahmed Sharif, and Dr. Asha Kotwal, who is going to give a Convocation address. With great pleasure, I remember the great missionaries and committed selfless leaders such as Justice C.J. or Paul, Dr. K. Rajarathinam and the Bishop Eraiyur who founded this academy. And I thank Dr. Paul Gupta, the president of this Hindustan Bible Institute and College. My heartiest thanks go to Reverend Father J.C. who voiced out for the Dalits in the Catholic Church and walked with me, took part in all the struggles for the Dalits in Tamil Nadu. My heart showers thanks to Mr. Phil Wong in the United States, who dedicated his life and soul for the cause of Dalits and whose solidarity is with me in bringing a new generation of liberated Dalits. I thank my loving lead forward young generation leaders, the vanguards of Dalit rights from Eraiyur, Dharmapuri, Rameswaram, Tachur, Arankandigai, Sivagangai, and all who are dear to me. Seeking your solidarity, I end here. Once again, thank you, one and all.